Hello everyone, if you want to move down to New Zealand, now would be a good time because the country is so in need of workers to come into the country like immediately to help out with the devastation that the country recently experienced. Back in February, just last month, New Zealand was devastated by a cyclone, that is Cyclone Gabrielle, which is a severe tropical cyclone that devastated North Island. This was the costliest tropical cyclone on record in the Southern Hemisphere, with total damages estimated to be at least 13 billion New Zealand dollars. It was also the deadliest cyclone or any weather events to hit New Zealand since 1968. It was very bad. And due to the devastation caused by this cyclone, there is now a labor shortage because they need workers to step in to recover the damage that was done in North Island, that is a part of New Zealand that was devastated by the cyclone. So, because of this, a visa pathway has opened up for workers to move down to New Zealand to help in the recovery. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you everything about this visa and how you can move down to New Zealand on this particular visa. So if moving down to New Zealand to work is what you want, this may be a good time for you. So stick with me in this video. I'm going to be giving you all the information you need. If you are just meeting, my name is Jackie and you're welcome to the channel. Do subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you know every time I share a new video. On this channel, I share information that will help you to relocate abroad, to study, to work, or to live. So if relocating abroad is your thing, regardless of the purpose, then this is the channel for you. I share a lot of information to help everyone, regardless of your age, your education, background, your skills, work experience, your budget. Regardless of what your situation is, you're going to find information on this channel that's going to help you. So do subscribe if you're interested in this kind of information, and also give this video a like, that is a thumbs up. It helps the video to reach the people that really need the information. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. I truly appreciate your support. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you want to talk to me privately, you can send me an email so we can schedule a one-on-one consultation so I can talk to you about your own personal needs to meet your relocation goals. All right, so let's get straight to the video. The name of this visa is the Recovery Visa. This Recovery Visa is a specific purpose visa that allows employers to sponsor experts such as engineers, technicians, and insurance assessors to move down to New Zealand. So I'm going to be telling you the job roles that could be eligible for this visa. So let me just run down the information about this visa. So the Cyclone Gabrielle and other extreme weather events have devastated many communities and businesses in North Island. The recovery visa, a specific purpose work visa, is for migrant workers who are assisting with the recovery. So if you want to assist in the recovery caused by the cyclone, then you may want to look at this visa. Migrants can apply now through the specific purpose work visa. So this is open. You can apply immediately. So now let's talk about the rules covered by this visa. The visa is for migrant workers coming to New Zealand for a short time, which is up to 6 months, to do a job that supports the North Island recovery from extreme weather events in January and February of 2023. Now they've stated that this visa is a short time visa. You can stay in New Zealand to work for up to 6 months. But I believe there's going to be room for you to stay longer in New Zealand. You can switch from this visa to another visa, or you can make your work on this visa to be more permanent. I do believe there is room for that, but you should do your research, all right? So now let's talk about the roles that support this visa. So number one is providing emergency response. So if your role is under providing emergency response, then you can look at this visa. And number two is immediate cleanup. Number three is assessing risk and loss. And number four, infrastructure, building and housing stabilization and or repair, including planning functions. And then number five is work that directly supports the recovery. Example, producing relevant materials for road, rebuild, transport drivers. So let me break it down for you. From my idea, I feel like, these five sectors of roles they've mentioned, you're going to see roles that cover things like hazardous material removing technicians, environmental technicians, decontamination specialists, restoration and cleaning technicians, waste management workers, risk assessors, loss adjusters, insurance adjusters, building inspectors, safety inspectors, You're going to have engineers, very important, like civil engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, and even structural engineers. So engineers are really needed. So if you're an engineer, civil, mechanical, electrical, structural, then your role falls under this. And then construction workers are needed. Construction workers, anyone working in construction, because a lot of construction work is going to be going on to rebuild North Island. Architects are also going to be needed. Architects are needed as well. Then building and facilities managers, planning and urban designers, transportation and logistics personnel. A lot of truck drivers have been reaching out to me for job opportunities. I do believe truck drivers can take advantage of this recovery visa. So if you're a truck driver, you really need to look at this as well. Then material suppliers and manufacturers, road construction and maintenance workers, equipment operators, communication and media personnel. Please note that these are just examples, of job roles that could be needed, in these services that they've mentioned. And this is just my idea. There could be more job roles needed, for all these services that they've mentioned. Okay, so how does it work? So if your role falls under this, how does it work? The employers must confirm that the role supports the North Island recovery from extreme weather events by completing a recovery visa employer supplementary form, that is the NZ1377. So the employer is the one responsible for doing this. The employer is going to be the one to fill the form to confirm that your role supports the recovery process. All right. So after the employer has filled this form, they are going to give it to the applicant, right? So the migrants must include the completed form with the application. So when you're applying for this recovery visa, you need this form that has been filled by the employer. You're going to add it to your visa application. Okay, by now you can tell that you need a job offer to apply for this visa. So if your role falls under this, now is the time to begin to apply for jobs. And it's really amazing because the jobs you're applying to, the companies you're applying to don't need any form of accreditation. This is not the normal work visa where it's only accredited employers that can sponsor you. Like in the UK, you have the list of licensed sponsors. The company has to have the license to sponsor work visas before they can employ you. So for this particular recovery visa, the employers in New Zealand don't need to be accredited. Any company that has roles amongst these roles that have been mentioned, to help in the recovery can employ. So I'm thinking that when you're reaching out to these companies, when you're applying to these companies, do let them know that you're applying for the recovery visa and they don't need accreditation. I think you really need to let them know in your application so they could be more open to employing you, because ideally a company needs the accreditation to employ from overseas and they may not have it. So you need to let them know you're not applying for the normal work visa, you're applying for the recovery visa, and they'll be more open to employing you from overseas. Now, that is just my idea to make it easy for you. Another important thing to note is that for this recovery visa, the roles will be exempt from the labor market test. They are exempt from the labor market test. So if you ask me, this is like the easiest visa to apply for right now. And you also don't need IELTS. IELTS is not needed for this at all, even though New Zealand is an English-speaking country. But for this visa, IELTS is not one of the requirements. There is no labor market test, and the employers don't need to be accredited. So this is like the easiest work visa to apply for in New Zealand at the moment. It's also important to note that this recovery visa is not limited to roles in North Island only. You can take up jobs that are outside North Island and still apply for this visa. So other regions, you can apply to jobs in other regions, not just in North Island, and you can still apply for the recovery visa. So let's talk about how to apply for this recovery visa. There are 4 steps to take. Number 1 is the employer finds migrant workers. So employer finds migrant workers who meet the requirements in assisting with the recovery. Number 2, employer completes employer supplementary form. Employer downloads and completes the recovery visa employer supplementary form and provides it to the migrant. Then after that is done, the migrant now applies for the visa. Migrant worker completes a specific purpose work visa application. If applying online, they must select specific purpose or event as the type of visa they are applying for, select other as the type of specific purpose or event they are coming to New Zealand for, and write recovery visa in the box that appears. These instructions are very important. Then the next one is to select 6 months or less as the length of stay in New Zealand, and then upload the employer supplementary form as the evidence required for your specific purpose or event work visa in the upload documents section. And after that, they process the application. Immigration New Zealand processes the application and provides the applicant with a decision. And one really amazing thing again about this visa is that it's going to be processed in 1 week or less. In 7 days, you're going to get a decision on your visa. This is really fast. This visa is fast tracked. And you may be wondering, what is the visa fees for this? The visa fees is 700 New Zealand dollars. It will be refunded automatically for successful applicants. So this is all you need to know about the recovery visa. I'm going to leave the link to this in the description so you can check it out yourself and then begin to apply for jobs. Just in case you don't qualify for this visa, maybe your role is not listed, there are other work visas you can apply for, and I have them all in a playlist up here, so you can check it out there. And you'll also see videos about where you can apply for jobs in New Zealand as well. So if you want me to make another video about where to get jobs on these roles, let me know in the comments so I can do more videos to show you jobs you can apply for in New Zealand for this recovery visa. So let me know what you think about this video overall in the comment section. I really love to read from you, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, give the video a like so the video can reach other people that need this information. Also subscribe to the channel if you've not done that already so you can be seeing more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jackie and I will see you in my next video.